I think the idea of a company using art to promote itself to the public has sorta always been there in a way. You see, anyone who's ever taken an intro to film class knows that the devil has always presented himself as an angel of light. The Lumiere brothers, Auguste and Louis, were pioneers in the world of cinema, arguably being the first filmmakers ever, and were paid off by Sunlight Soap to feature their product, you guessed it, Sunlight Soap, in their 1896 cinematic masterpiece, the notorious Oscar snub, Washing Day in Switzerland. See, this exists to make you want to buy Sunlight Soap, but honestly it just makes me wonder where the 4K Blu-ray collector's edition of Washing Day in Switzerland is. It just kinda made sense to do this. It's instant eyeballs for your product, and it caught on fast. You really see this for the most part in big studio blockbusters aiming at the lowest common denominator audience. So if you were hoping to hear me ramble on about the Arby's cameo in Age of Innocence, I am so sorry. Please God forgive me. Instances of bad product placement in film are a dime a decillion, but I think everyone can sorta agree on what that looks like. Like maybe the lowest possible hanging fruit I could use here is iRobot. That one's infamous for pausing itself at any given second to say, hey, look at these flashy Converse, aren't they cool? The movie tries to give itself a pass because it takes place in 2035 and keeps referring to these shoes as, oh, they're 2004 vintage, the year iRobot came out. Cheeky. But if anything, I think that's even more obnoxious, and also hindsight's 2020, and keep in mind, I know nothing about fashion and specifically shoes, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Converse have changed at all in the past 20 years, so it just makes you think, what's the goddamn point anyway? And there's a lot of product placement like that, and I think that's what gives it such a bad rap. The movie just upends itself to shove an ad in your face. It's insulting, it's irritating, and it's distracting from the world you're trying to immerse yourself in. Not only does it interrupt the narrative, but it reminds you, oh yeah, this world isn't real. These people aren't real, but there's a real product they're cramming in my face. Thanks, guys. One of the grating, yet I suppose harmless product placements that have stuck with me over the past decade and a half is that there was some, I don't know, shitty 90s family film. It might have been Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I don't remember. But there's a scene where this one guy's like, hey, eat this burnt toast, you doltish juvenile, and the kid's like, no thanks, man, I'm gonna eat this tasty and nourishing box of oatmeal cream pies instead. And it only lasted a couple of seconds or so, but even then, God, it's so annoying. Or I could be completely imagining this out of nothing and this is all smoke and mirrors. I legitimately don't know. And speaking of that, have you seen those double-decker oatmeal cream pies around lately? I don't know if that was always a thing or not, but I just found out they existed a couple of years ago, and it's Jesus Christus, how does every American not die of the diabetes at age 32?